Good morning, we are going to make some bread today. So you can make this at home for your families. It's nice and simple. It's only got about 5 ingredients in it and I hope you enjoy making it. Our ingredients for our bread are flour, 500 grams. It doesn't matter which sort of flour you use. If you can use bread flour, that'll be amazing. You can use gluten-free flour. I'm going for a wholemeal bread flour. If it can be a strong flour, that's fantastic. 350 ml of tepid water, so it needs to be a little bit warm to make the yeast work. We need 7 grams of yeast, so that's just 1 sachet, a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of caster sugar. If you don't have either of those, it doesn't matter, you can still make the bread. And then 2 tablespoons of oil. And the equipment you'll need is just a bowl, some scales, and then some spoons for measuring and mixing. So first of all, make sure you've washed your hands and then get your scale and your bowls and your dry ingredients, and you need to make sure you've set your scale to 0, and then you're going to add all of the dry ingredients straight into the bowl. So that's 500 grams of flour, 7 grams of yeast and 1 teaspoon of sugar, or you could use honey, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and it's all going to be measured into the bowl. All of the dry ingredients are in the bowl, measured out accurately. Just going to add the 2 tablespoons of oil, just vegetable oil is fine, and if you don't have it, it will still work. And then I'm going to mix it up and then add in the water. I'm not going to add it all at once, just most of it, give it a good mix, and then the final bit. And the sugar will be feeding the yeast, and the warm water will start to make the yeast produce carbon dioxide bubbles, so you'll start to smell it working. Your house is going to smell delicious, and that is the reason that your bread is going to rise in the oven. All the water is mixed in, so now I've got my dough. I've just sprinkled some flour onto my surface, so now that I am ready to knead the dough. I need to knead it for about 5 minutes just to start the yeast working, and just have fun kneading it. You can do it however you like. You can have lots of fun with it, and you can get all your family involved in doing this bit. I've been kneading for about 5 minutes, it's feeling nice and stretchy now, and just put it back into a bowl again, and then put it back into the bowl, do a little tiny sprinkle of flour on top, and then we need to cover it up to allow it to prove. So you can leave it from like half an hour to an hour. You can just put a tea towel over it, or cling film, or whatever you've got, and just leave it in your house, it's going to be warm, for half an hour or an hour. So it's been about 45 minutes, so I can now take this off and see that it is like at least doubled in size. It's proved the yeast is starting to work and it smells delicious. We now need to take it out and give it another little knead. It's called knocking it back. Don't really know where. And then once you've given it a little knead, you need to create either some rolls or a loaf shape, and then put it on a slightly oiled tin, and then leave it for another half an hour to prove before you put it in the oven. So the bread rolls are now ready to go into the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how big you've done your rolls or loaf. Well done if you followed along. Please send me pictures of your bread and let me know if you made any changes. Maybe you made them gluten-free, or added like seeds, or made them with plain flour. Let me know how you get on, and enjoy your delicious bread and the lovely smell in your house.